welcome to my channel. Today we are covering a little bit of witchcraft, a little bit of wizardry, some hurt feelings, family ties, and Sip running around here like a scorned baby mama. Girl, let's talk about Mayfair Witches, okay? So, basically, we are here, and Lasher is in human form, honey. He is a wee baby, okay? We opened up this scene, and girl, I'm a little confused at first, because I'm like, hold up, I thought Lasher was a baby, but he at the door, but he coming, and what Ro was trying to, what's actually happening? So basically, we open up this scene, and Ro is having a nightmare about Lasher trying to come for Lasher, and she is putting on her mama bear hat, girl. She is like, girl, I am not gonna let you take my son, all right? And Lasher is like, girl, you invited me into all this. Like, girl, I am your honored guest, okay? So now Lasher is in human form. He's growing at rapid speed. He's saying mommy, he's walking, and I'm talking about days in, like day 1, day 2, day 3. He's already a toddler, okay? And day 4, he's already losing teeth. Like, it is literally unhuman how he's growing, okay? So meanwhile, we have Sip. Girl, Sippy and Greaves is running around here like a scorned baby mama, trying to get some answers, obsessed in an old beat up Toyota Corolla, girl. Like, he is really going through it over there. And I wasn't sure if he was like fired from the Talamasca, because the last we saw, Miss Mamas was like, girl, you are not invited into this family. We don't need you, girl. Love don't live here anymore, okay? So I don't know what is happening with Sippy and Greaves, but he seems to fear that the Talamasca is going to retaliate and wipe his memories. And so basically, he, his special powers is that he touched something and it holds the memories, and when he touches it with his bare hands, he can recall those memories. So he's recording and documenting things in this book so that just in case they wipe his memory, he can retrieve it, blah, 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 blah. He only has a few little allies left over, so he goes ahead and sends that over to his bestie, little witch from the first season. And girl, she also works for the Talamasca, but that's pretty much where we are with things. All right, church, so further down the rabbit hole we go. We meet a interesting character. Her name is Moira. Girl, Moira, baby, she ain't happy. She's coming back in town. I don't know where she's coming from. We'll find out further down the road. But girl, she is coming back in town. She got a bone to pick. First of all, she done missed the funeral for Tessa. Tessa happens to be her sister. And come to find out, I didn't know this in the first season, but girl, Tessa has 2 siblings. She has a younger sister and this sister. I don't know where she falls in the sibling tree, but I didn't know that woman had 3 kids, girl. She was doting all over, Miss Tessa, mama, I'm speaking on. Mama was doting all over Tessa like she was the golden child. And so I thought that she was an only child. You know what I'm saying? So the younger sister seems to be in grade school. And then we have this other sister. And she wants answers. And she wants to figure out why everybody is so chill with Lasher turning his back on Tessa when she needed her. We are trying to figure out, meaning she is trying to figure out why Lasher turned his back on Miss Tessa in her time of need, and then she ended up passing on the glory. Oh, did I forget to tell you that Miss Moira is a mind reader, girl, and you gotta cut on a little R&B and old school to keep her out of your head, because girl, she will read in your thoughts. Okay, so Ro is giving Mama Bear tea, okay? She is protective over Lasher. And meanwhile, she is stressed out, girl. She is losing her edges, girl. Lasher is putting her through it, okay? Lasher got this girl turned every which way but loose, girl. So Lasher is growing up so fast, and he's just doing these things, these milestones that he's going through, throwing tantrums, pulling his teeth out. Like, these are things that are not quite normal, I should say, but because it's happening so fast, it feels unnormal. Normally kids do, they feel their little teeth wiggling, they might want to yank it out, but he's like yanking them all out. You know what I'm saying? Whew, it's a weird rabbit hole we going down. So yes, girl, Lasher is stressing out Miss Ro, girl. You asked for this, okay? Everybody tried to warn you. Auntie Carlotta, girl, she tried to warn you, girl. Everybody's trying to put you on game, but you chose this rose. I will say this. It's interesting to see Lasher in human form because it seems that he doesn't have powers right now. And Ro needs help to understand his purpose, why he even chose to come in as a human through her anyway, you know. And she's documenting his growth. She's trying to get answers, and it's just a lot going on with him, and it's just interesting to see their dynamic because she's trying to be a mother to him, and he feels more like a unruly student in class, you know what I'm saying? Like that badass kid that you gotta send to the principal's office every 5 seconds. Like, she don't really fool with him, but she got to fool with him because she feels like this duty to be a mother to him, and he's not receptive to her mothering him, you know. So she's kind of losing control over this whole situation, girl. Again, you wanted this, girl. Lasher, taking the scenic route, also seems to recall some old memories. I don't know if they're memories from his past as a demon. I don't know if he's actually experienced life or human form in a past life. I don't know, but he seems to be putting things together in his memory, and every time he comes to like some type of awareness, he tells Ro, and Ro is like, oh, okay, well, tell me more. I want to know more because I want to know what your plan is and why you're here. So I just feel like I needed to say that, girl, because, you know. But meanwhile, he's still like, at this point, he's about maybe 10 or something. And so Ro and him get into this little, you know, scuffle, but not like a physical scuffle, but more like they had words. She, not realizing her power, injured him. She healed him, and she was like, I didn't mean to. And he was like, girl, yes, you did. Yeah, girl, she was really shook at what she had done. But because some glass had hit him before she healed him, girl, she pocketed that glass with his DNA on it, and she took it on up to the lab to get a little test. Then she gets to the hospital to run a few tests. Then she calls her ex. His name is Lark or something. Girl, so she like, oh girl, hey big head. So how you been, girl? I mean, thank you for the flowers, you know, thank you, that was nice. And he's like, oh girl, you know, I'm good, you know, how you doing? Everything okay? And so they had this like little weird exchange, and I was like, okay, come on girl, get to the meat and potatoes of this, because we got shit to do, okay? So she goes ahead and asks him to run some tests. Apparently he's into the he's a genealogist. Let's just say that, girl. I made that up. I don't know if that's his actual label, but girl, let's just go with it, okay? So, yeah, girl, he was like, yeah, anything for you, baby, because, you know, you always gonna be my boo, bitch. He's like, anything for you. So he's like, girl, anything for you, baby. You gonna always be my boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll do anything for you, all right? Because it feels like he kind of did her wrong, because she asked about somebody, and I guess the little kid is like 12 years old. So it looks like he was peddling and piddling with another person and then fooled around and got that person knocked up, and that's why they not together today, okay? I'm just putting pieces together because I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of the situation, okay? So that's that person, right? Oh, but wait a minute, girl. So Cousin Dolly, girl, that's that beautiful black queen. I knew her face, girl. That's the lady from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She played one of the aunties, one of the baby sis of Viv, okay? That doesn't matter, but I'm just, you know, speaking on it. So, girl, Viv's little sis was talking to Lasher, asking him questions, you know what I'm saying? And he seems more like family with her than he does with Ro. It's very weird. Like, their interaction is very, like, off-putting to me. And I don't know if she's afraid of him. That's why she's being so weird about it. But Miss Mama, Dolly over here, she like, girl, you my little cousin, my little nephew, whatever, girl. She's very, very familiar and feels more like family with him than anybody that he's interacted with so far, which is only Rowan. Yeah. So meanwhile, Sip is still running around the streets trying to get to the bottom of it, putting on his Diane Sawyer cap, and he's like, listen, I need to figure out what is what, because I need some answers. I need to know now. And he goes into the room, and girl, they knocked him out, put him to sleep, all right? So then he wakes up in the Talamasca, and his old boss is like, girl, what's up? And so he was like, well, girl, what y'all got me here for? Because you didn't erase my memory yet, so what's up? And so he was like, well, nah, girl, you know, we kind of impressed with how you was moving around. You know, we want to go ahead and promote you. Because now that Lasher is in human form, we need to go ahead and figure out what's going on, because we don't think he's good for business around these streets in this world. And we need you to go ahead and capture him. And he's like, well, girl, how am I do that? Everything is protected by charms and spells and everything like that around that Mayfair house. And so he was like, well, we know a witch who's disgruntled, and she gonna go ahead and probably be a better aid to you, because she can get in and out of the house with no problem. Girl, we are talking about Moira. Okay, Moira she got a bone to pick. And we see her pop up to the house like, girl, what's good? She ready to shake a few tables. Okay, now back to that one. Shaking the table. She need answers. She want Lasher to come downstairs. Girl, bring him downstairs. Girl, bring him downstairs. I need answers now. And so Ro was like, well, girl, pause. Hold up. Because I will thump and tussle with you a little bit, girl. I don't know who you playing with. Like, that's my son, all right? So then they're like, well, girl, maybe later. Because Lasher right now, he's a young lad, and he don't know what he don't know. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be able to give you no answers. This ain't a good time, all right? So everybody's trying to calm the situation down, and Miss Mama goes ahead and leaves. Meanwhile, she's being followed by Sip, right? Now, Sip was in an old beat-up Toyota Corolla. Now he's running around in a nice black shiny SUV, all right? So that promotion came with a few benefits, you know what I'm saying? So then, girl, we get to this one part. Let me paint this out for you, girl. So, Ro got a tray of dinner, and she's like, oh, I'm being a good mom. Let me bring him some dinner and milk. That's weird. I don't know. Who drinks milk with dinner? I don't know, but let me get back to it. She looks at him, and she's like, oh, my God, you're a big teenager now. And he's like, Mom, who is Tessa? And she's like, well, girl, listen. That was my cousin. You kind of left her for dead, literally. But, you know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's your fault, because you don't even remember none of this. Do you? And he was like, I mean, no. And then she was like, well, why are you here? And he was like, I mean, I don't know. And she was like, well, you know, maybe you here because you want to bring the family together and let's do right in the world.
Oh, fuck the family. You know what? The family fucked my husband.
I don't know, girl. Whatever. So he was like, girl, that's not why I'm here. The fuck? He was like, girl, I know you lying. Oh, then, girl, wait a minute. The real gag is, girl, he was weird. Okay, so let me just say this. This exchange, it was a weird ass exchange. Because he's like, you smell good. Now listen, you could tell somebody they smell good, but it wasn't like, oh, you smell really good. It was like, you smell good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And from a son to a mother, it's clear that he don't see her as a mother like she sees him as her son. And you can barely, like, he barely seems like a son to her. Like, because even her interaction with him is weird too. Like I said, she kind of gives, you know, I'm your foster mama. I said that was the gag, but that wasn't the real gag. The real gag is, girl, he tried to kiss her. Like, he tried to kiss her, girl. And she freaked the fuck out. Alright? It was cringe. Alright? So, girl, she was like, absolutely not. You cannot go after me like that, baby. You supposed to be my son. And so she took off, and he took off. Something happened, girl. They ended up apart because he done went out to the balcony, girl. He heard a little bit of action going on down the street on Bourbon Street, girl. And he was like, oh, that sounds real nice. Let me go outside. And girl, he gets outside and like something takes over him and he's like drawn to this girl. And we don't know who this girl is, right? But she's, you know, getting her dance on, shaking a little leg and, you know, she's shaking a little, you know, getting a little, hey, girl, she's spinning around and, you know, flaying her hair and everything, just doing her thing, right? So Lasher's like, all right, let me see what time it is. What's going on? So they getting jiggy on the dance floor in the streets, right? He starts to smell her. He grabs her handbag. I don't know how he did that, but he starts to smell that too. Just weird. I'm thinking in my mind the whole entire time, who the fuck is gonna let some strange man act this weird out in the street? Soon as a nigga start acting weird with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you pull up on me and you give me that weird shit, nope. Dance over with. I gotta go. I don't understand why she wasn't weirded out by that, right? So then, girl, wait a minute. Now, the ghost from Christmas Past, that other auntie that used to be, you know, chopping it up with Aunt Carlotta, girl, she was talking to Ro whole time, telling her to go ahead and, you know, end that little boy's life, right? And so she was like, well, go into Catherine's diary or her journal and look at everything that she documented about Lasher. And so we come to find out that Lasher was, you know, up to a few things in the past. All right, he was, you know, promoting a lot of violence and a lot of bad things was happening around the family. All right, so needless to say, she's discovering that side of him, and that's why she has so many questions. So back to this situation at hand. She's in the living room reading the journal. Next thing you know, Lasher walks in with a corpse, and it's the lady that he was dancing with. And she's like, girl, what did you do? And he was like, I mean, I didn't mean to, girl. You know he lying. You know that. I didn't do it. Yeah, you did it. You did it. And you meant to do it. Yeah, I know that look. I see it on my kids when they do some bullshit. Yeah. So, back to you, Phil. Yeah, girl. So, Ro tricks Lasher into going down to the basement. Girl, she locks that man that boy, child, man, whatever, into the basement. He goes in the basement, girl, and he's like, mommy. And I'm like, mommy? This whole time you've been acting weird, and now she's mommy? So, you're in the basement. Ro was like, girl, I am at my wit's end, honey. I am stressed. My edges is completely gone. Girl, I don't know what to do with this man, child, boy, whatever, demon. I don't know what to do with him. So she goes ahead and takes the body to the lake. And it's really interesting. This whole entire episode, she's showing off her powers. Like, she's controlling the elements. She is allowing this river or the water to take the body into the water, to sink the body. It is like something out of this world, right? And even when she accidentally injured Lasher, she's really a very, very powerful witch. Even down to, she had, I forgot to mention, when she was at the hospital doing the samples, girl, she happened to bypass a cancer patient, a young girl, and she healed her right on the spot. I'm almost curious, like, could you have brought that girl back to life? Because you said that she's already dead, there's nothing you can do, but is it? Or are you just saying that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, girl, then Lasher breaks out of the basement, and out comes Big Jack, okay, the actor Jack. Out comes grown ass Lasher, and he is in full form. And I'm like, okay, so we grown. And all it took was 7 days. I don't know if it took 7 days, but everything was happening so rapidly, it seems like it's been about a week. All right. So, girl, let me just say this. I had to watch the episode twice. The first time, I don't know if it was because I was trying to take notes that I wasn't fully enjoying the episode, but the second watch I was in. I want some of this action. I like the tone that's being set for the rest of the season. This season. I had already said in my last video, if you want to look at that last video, go ahead and check out my last video on my little brief rant about Mayfair Witjes first season. But yeah, the first season, it was good. I said it was good, but I felt like there could have been more. But I feel like they've done their homework. They've taken in all of, the data, and they're coming through. I think they're coming through. All right. I'm excited for next week's episode. Tune in next week when we come in for episode 2. All right. Thank you so much for chilling on the couch with me. We will talk more about episode 2 next week. I am excited. Cannot wait. If you like this video, go ahead and check out my last video concerning Mayfair Witjes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you really about that life. And leave me a few comments. You know what I'm saying, girl? I might write back. I mean, I'm definitely going to write back. What the fuck? It's only a few of us. I'll definitely write back, girl. I ain't busy. Shoot. All right, girl. Let me go. I'm going to call y'all back. Bye.